What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Double A Hef here with another dose of the True Scope. And as you can see, I have a big surprise guest for y'all. Talk to him.
Yo!
There we go.
This is your boy Q Fusion React. Sorry about that. It took a little bit. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Double A Hef, for having me on your channel, your illustrious channel, so that way we can spread the good word to all the folks out there.
All right, y'all. So without a lot of extra banter, we're gonna jump into this one because this is a video I've never watched. So it's kind of like a reaction video. I'm pretty sure Q Fusion has not seen this video either. But when I heard about this story, I was like, nah, something right here. And that's where we have to be, as men, as quote unquote black men. We have to be at a point, and if we're not there, we have to get to the point where we hear things and we say, nah, something's rotten over there. It's not adding up. And as you can see by the title, 18-year-old elected mayor. Now, I just have a lot to say about that. And again, I'm not going to do it right now. But we should see that and say there's an issue there, regardless of whether the person is black or white. Because I've seen a lot of comments on Facebook and other social media platforms or mediums when people are like, "Oh yeah, this is great for quote unquote black people. The youngest elected mayor ever is a quote unquote black person." And is this really good for him? But hey, let's get into it.
18 years old, the youngest elected Earl, Arkansas. Okay, the city of Earl, located in Arkansas, elected Jalen Smith as mayor. That in Tuesday night's runoff. This makes him the youngest black mayor in the country. Again, just 18. According to election results, Smith managed to receive 218 votes. His opponent.
What was that?
There's a little echo in the background.
All right, hold on one second.
Nehemiah Matthews Sr., 139 votes. I'd like to know what his age is.
Yeah, it's better.
Now, let's give you some background on Mayor-elect Smith. While a high school student, Smith learned the basic rules of politics by working in the Student Government Association. He said that made him passionate and determined to make an impact on his city immediately. At the time, while many questioned his maturity and ability to lead so young, he said, it's not about how old you are. It's about who has this city at heart most. The young man also reached out to other mayors in Arkansas, picking their brains about running cities. This kid's his homework. He wants to be prepared day one.
So I just want to touch on this thing. When I was young, I used to say things like that as well. For those of you who don't know, I formerly had great aspirations to go into politics. Political science was my major. I had those, thoughts of grandeur as well. So, I'm not upset with this young man, if you will, for having all that enthusiasm. And, that's not so much my issue. My issue is the adults that put him in the position that he's in now. I see not much good that can come from this, to be quite honest with you. I hope the best for the young brother. But at the end of the day, there's something about wisdom and experience that you just can't take shortcuts on. You can't take shortcuts on. You have any thoughts on that, Q?
No, just really quick. I I get what he's trying to do, right? I mean, and like you said, we all have these like moments where we feel empowered and we're like, yeah, if I was in this seat, I could do it better. Like, you know what I'm saying? And by her saying, I mean, this lady is hilarious. By her saying that you wanted to be prepared day one by asking for mayors about how to best do his job as mayor, tells me that he was not prepared to do the job on day one.
Basically.
So what do we? So you're already starting at a deficit because you're just now, because maybe you probably had thought you had no chance of winning, and you just were like, oh hey, you know, let me throw my name in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Just so people I can get my name out there, and then I can, you know, start to use that as a catalyst for future things. I can start going for councilman or, you know, part of city hall, things of that nature, and build my way up like the normal ranks do. But instead, you know, you get catapulted to this seat, and yeah, you may live in, I believe they're in a small town,
very small town.
Yeah, a relatively small town. But even still, I mean, there's an infrastructure that comes with that town that is just, I mean, the budgets alone for somebody like himself. I mean, I don't know what his lifestyle is. I don't know what I guarantee you, he's not dealing with the sheer magnitude of money, right, to be able to run a town like this town is going to be taking on. So even that is small in nature. That so to me, I just don't see how he could be prepared for that at the age of 18.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you're in a town, right?
Yeah.
And your town just elected an 18-year-old mayor, how serious do you take that person?
Say that last part. I'm sorry, I was looking at your live.
How serious do you take that mayor? If your town just elected an 18-year-old mayor, how serious do you take him? And you're not someone in an advanced stage or anything like that. You're like, you and I are both young. So
not at all.
Exactly.
Not
like how serious do you take an 18-year-old?
Bro, unless he's like, I mean, we're talking about it when we were drafting, you know, what video we should talk on. I mean, like, I think you said it. I mean, I don't know what stock you can put, you know, in somebody who's, unless he's a savant, you know, unless he's got, you know,
a child prodigy.
Yeah, like he came out of fucking Princeton or, you know, came out of some Ivy League school and graduated, went in at 15 and graduated at 18. Outside of that, you know, I don't really know how I could.
Or if he's like Anakin Skywalker.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? He got all the midichlorians. You know what I'm saying? Then yeah, I can see that. First. What's good? What's good? What's good, Rob? How you doing, brother? It's good to see you again. It is good to see you again. We're just getting into this topic right now about the 18-year-old elected mayor. Have you heard about it? You've heard about it?
First. I see you said first. Yeah, let us know what you mean by it.
Probably means the first 18-year-old to be elected mayor. I'm not sure. I'll let you speak for yourself. But while we wait for your next comment, I'm gonna continue the video.
There's more. What has he overcome? A learning challenge, a learning disability. Smith's learning challenge made it difficult to score well on standardized tests. Still, the current Arkansas State University Mid-South freshman said, "This disability does not take away from what I am able to do. In fact, it motivates me more to achieve greatness."
Okay, that's news to me. I did not know that. Again, I have not watched this video. This is a reaction. This is live. We do it live.
Yep.
Look, learning disability. A lot of that stuff is, you know, I don't want to say made up, but it's given weight. It's given much more credence than it deserves.
Yeah.
Like I think that is used to stifle people more so than anything else. Well, you have ADD, you have ADHD, all these different things. And then, you know, like I know people, I'm not going to name any names, but I know people in my personal life that have been diagnosed with, you know, multiple people that have been diagnosed with different things, such as like that learning disability, ADD, ADHD, you name it, right? And all I've seen is it stifled people.
Yep.
The majority of them are stifled. Like, when I was, you know, like this and I got that, and I'm like, no. In my family, I have right now in my family 2 autistic nephews. We treat them like we treat everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else.
I have witnessed this. I have witnessed this for sure.
Everybody else. Because you know what? The world is going to treat you like they treat everyone else.
Yes,
There aren't any exceptions. There aren't any handouts. So if we, try to come and, how you say that, insulate you from all of that, or separate you from the world, from the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, when the time comes for us to no longer be here, you're going to be in for a rude awakening, and you might wind up like one of these people that we see on the news. Oh, he was crazy. He always been good. He never meant nothing by it, whatever. But you know what? He got aggressive with a cop and he got shot or something. You know what I'm saying? Anything like that. So no, we don't. We treat him the same. There's nothing. I'm not gonna say there's nothing wrong with you, but like there's something wrong with everybody at the end of the day. Ultimately,
yeah,
nobody's perfect. So, you have to understand that you don't get passes just because of some freaking white coat said that you do. You have any thoughts on that, Mike, or anything, any input?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's. I always say that I think that when people talk about the that learning disability curve, I look at it as one of the major events of the Victim Olympics, right? And I think that with this one particular situation, I wouldn't even have factored in, whether or not he had a disability or not, as to whether or not I thought he was capable of doing the job.
Yeah.
That would never have even crossed my mind, because I know a handful of people that are able to perform their jobs to the best of their ability, and actually they actually track a lot better than most people that without disabilities, simply because we all know that the classroom environment and the teaching ways that the conventional West utilizes is not for everybody. Not everybody learns the same. Yeah. Right. So just because I'm not able to sit in a classroom, and this is why, like my co-host mentioned about how it's like, made up, and it's usually a lot of it is word salad. Just because I'm not able to pay attention to the teacher because she teaches in a way that's not going to fulfill my quest for knowledge, then that doesn't take anything from the fact that I'm able to absorb this. It's just I need a different teaching method.
Exactly.
Right. So I don't take anything away from this young man on that end, from him being able to perform his duties as mayor.
From Atlanta Black Star. Smith's plans as mayor include platform agenda crafted while his bedroom in his parents' home. It includes the goal of refurbishing abandoned homes in the city, creating an around-the-clock police department, creating jobs for the youth, starting a public transportation program, and investing in bringing a major grocery store franchise to the city.
All right, so hey, you know what? Look, I want to touch on this. I want to keep this video short, but I do want to touch on this. The way she is snickering and laughing, like, oh, this little mayor got this little job, and he even came up with an agenda, and she laughed and snickered the whole way through. Black men, that is how these liberal black women see you. They say, he got a little job now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about black men. I'm talking about these niggas out here, these black males, these niggas. Oh yeah, your mother gonna be talking about you, your grandma gonna talk about you. Yeah, he got a little job now. Oh, he done bought himself a little car. You know what I'm saying? And they have the same continence that this woman has when she was just reading that about this dude. But yet she's speaking from a position of like allegiance with him. Like, she's behind it. Yet she does not even take it serious. She couldn't even read that without snickering and laughing. She understands that this is a joke and a gimmick. In that town, whatever they're doing over there is just not on the up and up. Because at the end of the day, if your town elects an 18-year-old mayor, where the fuck are the men? Where are the men? Where's his? If he could be the mayor, where the fuck is his father? I highly doubt his father's around, because I tell you one thing: if I'm around and my son becomes the 18-year-old mayor in the town that fucking I raised his ass in, what's that say about me? He's my leader. How's that home dynamic going to work out?
Mm.
Make that shit make sense.
Oof.
But anyway, brothers, back to my point about the way she was speaking about him. That's how these liberal black females talk about y'all. And a lot of them do to your motherfucking face.
Mm.
And y'all niggas know who I'm talking to.
That emasculation is strong.
Exactly. Say it straight to your face. You know, but hey, let's just touch on the points that he wants to do, right, real fast. And again, I wish this brother nothing but luck. I don't want to see, nothing bad happen to any of my brothers. All right, so he wants refurbished abandoned homes in the city. So with that, you have to understand something, young brother. Abandoned homes are abandoned because people don't have money to pay for them. So you can refurbish them all the hell you want, but if no one has money to pay for them, there's no return on investment on that. Okay, creating an around-the-clock police department. Do you have crime that warrants that? I don't know. You would know. I doubt it. In a town that small, I don't even think you. Hold on, I'm about to pull up the numbers for that town. Actually, can you pull it up because my phone's about to die? It's Earle, EARLE, Arkansas. I'm pretty sure the population is about either 2,000 people or 4,000 people. And as you're looking that up, I'll continue what I was saying. For a town that small, I don't think you need a round-the-clock police department. All right, you're not city, my man. I think that we got to scale that down a little bit. Creating jobs for the youth. All right, now that might not be such a bad idea, especially if your area has a lot of single-parent households, and then the youth need jobs. Because at the end of the day, that's going to help the economy of that town. But again, how are you going to create those jobs? Are you going to offer loans or subsidize small businesses to get loans, or subsidize them with their loans to start businesses? It's not just about creating jobs. How are you going to create the jobs? And that's where the business sector comes in. So what are you going to do for the businesses? Because they're coming to your little ass town to create jobs and help your economy. They got to get something out of it. All right. Starting a public transportation program. I don't think your town's that big, to be honest with you. And at the end of the day, if you really wanted to, hey, Uber, that could be your town's transportation system. Uber, because hey, at least people are making money on that. Because the town, what if you don't already have a public transportation program, then you're gonna have to invest in buses. You're gonna have to pay the drivers, right? You gotta get insurance on all that. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that I would expect an 18-year-old to say. And again, no disrespect to the brother. I hope that he succeeds, but I can look at it like this: like that's like me taking my son, my almost 2-year-old son, putting him in a driver's seat and say, "Hey, drive us to ShopRite, please." He's probably going to fail. He's probably going to crash and burn, and I'm going to crash and burn alongside of him. So again, I don't have much of an issue with this young brother, having these aspirations, chasing this, and then getting elected. He didn't elect himself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a population on that city or town?
Oh, I thought you were looking for crime stats.
No, I'm looking for just the population.
So, all right. So then give me a second. Population is
2,000 or 4,000?
Yeah. It's like 2,000 as of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
2021, it says 1,785.
All right, so less than 2,000 people, right?
Yeah.
And last time I checked, for them last week, I believe it was, it's like 85% black. So that means
yes. As of 2020, the census says 85.75% black or African American.
Exactly. So that says that quote unquote black folk did that. All right. And I think that's another symptom of our demise. You got a whole bunch of black folk that voted for an 18-year-old boy to run the town. Let that sink in. Just let it sink in. Do you have any thoughts, Q, before I get back to the video, man? Because this is just frustrating to me.
Yeah, no, this is. I mean, I'm looking at some of the stats. I mean, to your point about the, I know you weren't looking for the crime stats, but they do have a high crime rate. I think there was 22 from what I looked on some Google searches. It looks like it is 20. Violent crime rate is at 34.2%. The U.S. average is 22.7. Earl property crime is at 40. But this was as of, I believe, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So it's relatively, this was as of 2019. So, yeah, so it's relatively recent. But yeah, so I mean, it looks like I could see where the crime, I mean, the round the clock police department comes in for such people living in close proximity. It seems as though they are definitely not hiding the crime out there.
You know what? I'm happy you read those stats, because this is gonna bring me somewhere else that I had no intention on going in this video.
Mm-hmm.
TYT is a staunch liberal platform. Mm-hmm. They are pro defund the police. We can pull up the videos on YouTube right now. Mm-hmm. But yet they're promoting. Think about it. This is an 18-year-old kid, the youth. The youth always tells you things how they see it. And he's saying we need more police. TYT can't even put that shit together before they play this clip. Before they say, let's run a segment on that. Mm-hmm. That they're contradicting what they say. Because this young black boy who's now a mayor is saying we need more cops. We need more cops.
Yeah.
Which is contrary to what TYT tells you. TYT tells you, oh, the cops are bad. We need less cops.
Mm-hmm.
The sooner y'all wake up, the better off we'll be. Okay, but okay. So to readdress what he said about the cop thing, hey, if you got less than 2,000 people in your town, y'all know who's doing the crime. So what that tells me is the cops that you have already aren't good cops.
Ooh,
that's what that tells me.
Oh shit.
So maybe you don't need an around the clock police department. You need some good cops. Some cops that aren't corrupt.
Ooh.
Because again, if you're a small town cop, that means you got power. Right? You have power. So those guys probably not doing shit.
I'm curious because it's 10% Caucasian. So I'm curious how much of the police force, what the disparity is within the police force, whether it's more or less of the representation of the actual population, or if it's more lopsided than I'm thinking.
That I do not know, but I will continue the video.
Yeah.
I mean, this is incredible stuff. Day one, he's ready. Okay. I wonder if his mother's gonna pack his lunch.
He's not ready.
I wonder if his mother's gonna pack his lunch. Just no respect,
bruh. She's got the attitude of like, I'm just glad I don't live there. Like, great for him, but thank God it ain't my town. I wish they would, like the 18-year-old, more black, white, purple, orangutan. I don't give a damn what he is. There ain't no way you're gonna be. Fuck that shit. That's how.
Hey, but yo, Q,
conversation.
Do me a favor, and everyone listening, everyone that's going to listen and watch this, do me a favor. If that would have been an 18-year-old black LGBTQ girl to be elected mayor, would she be saying these things? She wouldn't. That's my point. Mm-hmm. She would not be saying that shit. Shit, that segment would have been breaking news. They would have led the whole shit with that.
Yeah.
Oh, this town's so progressive and all of this stuff. And hey, how come these major companies aren't moving in to help out this town and all sort of stuff? But when it's a young black boy with a learning disability, you want to mock him and say, but that's what I say. These liberals, they're not for you, quote unquote, black man. Especially, look, enemy number one to you, black man, is the liberal black female. That is your number one enemy, whether you want to accept it or not. She always looks at you through the side of her eyes and prays for your downfall. I wonder if she's gonna pack his lunch. If that was a quote unquote black LGBTQ chick, there's no way she would have ever let those words leave her fucking mouth.
To City Hall, I think that would be remarkable. He's got to hit the ground running. No time to take a lunch break. Less than a month, he will be sworn in as the second black person to serve as the city's mayor. The first, Sherman Smith Sr., like Jalen, graduated from Earl High School. The new Earl mayor will be sworn in during the first week of January, and he said his ultimate goal is to show the people of Earl results. I love Jalen because he wants to lead. It's not nostalgia. He's crafted this plan, and it comes on the heels where we had to report about Herschel Walker do one of those bananas interviews, talking about how young people need to basically shut up. And if you don't like America and you think it's so bad, then you should go somewhere else and deal with it and then come back and earn your citizenship. Young people deserve to be in these key positions. Do you fear this kind of youth? Who are
they
you?
deserve to be in these positions? You just mocked the hell out of this dude. And now you're saying he deserves to be in this position?
Jesus Christ, man. This America is send the asteroid, man.
You at 18, Jeff?
Oh, wow. When I was 18, I was eating rallies every other night. I was playing Halo with friends until 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was preparing to struggle to finance my way through broadcasting school.
It's funny because you're probably still playing Halo to 3 o'clock in the morning with your friends, and you're still struggling to get your way through broadcasting school. So I don't know. Yo, like, come on, brother. Come on. You don't got to turn yourself into a liar, too. All right? The hell is this?
Yeah.
So that's who I was. And Gen Z never ceases to amaze me, positive and negative times. But the thing, I mean, my oldest son is 12 and 6 years away from this. And, I can only hope he can at least aspire to do something this dope. So congrats to Jalen. Herschel Walker, yeah, dog, go down several seats because this one individual proves you wrong in so many different areas of his life. So I'm glad you brought him up.
It's funny he says that because I'm curious to know what hell has he proven.
Oh my God.
He hasn't even been sworn in yet. What the hell has he proven?
That's A. B, he's the youngest ever. So, which goes to show you that he is an exception. And we haven't, as my co-host just mentioned, that exception hasn't even been proven to be a positive exception. So how in the hell can you just by taking one example? I mean, how many fucking counties, how many goddamn townships exist in the United States of America? So one 18-year-old, you got one 18-year-old elected. Not even, he hasn't even started. As of January, he starts his term, and you're already deeming this to be the new norm. Wow, if this isn't like every like especially I see this as being a trend with people who have like leftist thinking, where they have this incessant need to make the exception the rule constantly, and this is like a shining beacon of that. You have to listen to the things that these guys say, sometimes, because they tell on themselves about how truly they think that they're so far advanced as far as progressivism and all that, but they're so limited in their thinking because they can't see the goddamn forest between the trees, but yet they think they're so above and beyond when it comes to moral aptitude than anybody else. It truly boggles my mind.
Agreed.
And look what else Jalen did, right? And by the way, Herschel, when you take that seat, I'm in Georgia. Please make it in Texas where you live. Okay, that whole thing. Shouldn't someone be prosecuted? Shouldn't you be prosecuted for signing an election paper, entering an election? There was a whole runoff. Do you know how much money? I looked up the money. It's like $400 million. Just, and you don't even live here, bro. I don't understand it, but there needs to be investigation. But back to Jalen, here's what he did. He ran.
Yes.
I want, the senior, Nehemiah Matthews Sr., who lost. He lost by nearly, 90 votes or so. Dude, you'll have to do the math, 218 to 139, Jeff. I can't do it on the fly anymore. I don't even try. But he calls these other members and he asks them questions about the job. One of the things you have to be, I think, when you're a leader of people who entrust their city to you, you gotta be humble. And doesn't that show that he's humble? What would Marjorie Taylor Greene do? Except walk off a public access show and when people question her, okay? Well, don't you think that this makes him the perfect leader?
The perfect.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. He's not only humble, but with him being a leader, I think he's willing to get out front and say, look, this is how life was lived in my 18 years of life. Here's how things were for my family.
How the 18-year-old can't even look at how his life was lived? Because he has nothing to gauge it on. He doesn't know anything. You know, look, man, I've had enough of these people in this video because
you're fine when you're not really fine, and you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It just appears to me that this is like it looks like they're trying to one up each other. Like, oh yeah, no, oh he's the perfect leader. Oh yeah, perfect leader. What? Come on, it's like Cenk Uygur and that chick Anna Kasparian is behind the camera looking at you guys like with the cue cards, like say this and giving you that eye, like I will replace you today, nigga. Today, and then you see a line of fucking milk toast ass quote unquote Negroes just right there chomping at the bits. Like, I'll say whatever the hell you want me to say, Anna. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Like people, especially quote unquote blacks, and again, I'm apolitical. I used to be deep into politics, and now I'm apolitical. I have not voted or participated in anything of substance and many years now. So I'm not speaking about this from like, oh, liberals are bad, conservatives are good. I didn't say that at all. I'm just saying this shit is bad. That's bad. And you got these Negroes out here trying to tell you otherwise, and it doesn't help you, it doesn't benefit you, it actually steers you down the wrong path. But anyway, that's my closing remarks on this video because I can't make it through the end.
Yeah, I just got this from him, man.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yes. In the wise words of that voice box, they should and get some help. And the only way that I can see them doing that is if y'all like, share, subscribe right now.
Ooh.
Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. Say thank you to Q Fusion Reacts for coming out and showing some support to the channel. It's always a pleasure to have you, my good sir. I know you're a very busy man. You made time to come out. All right. Anyway, y'all. Peace.